In this video, I'm going to explain something very crucial in international football transfers involving young players. Now, a lot of these transfers are concluded through an instrument called a transfer agreement. For a lot of training clubs, signing this document, signing a transfer agreement, can be very fulfilling. For them, it's a sure sign of progress. They're doing something right. It shows they're doing something right. Spending 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years training and developing a player, and then one day a club knocks on your door saying, "We want to sign your player." It's a foreign club. The feeling can be very positive. But there are times when signing a transfer agreement will leave your club in a worse situation than your club would have been if your club never signed that transfer agreement. There are also times when it could leave your club in a better situation. Now, when you execute a transfer agreement as a buying club, you give up some existing obligations and you acquire new obligations. For the selling club, you give up some existing rights and you acquire new rights. Now, let me break this down. When a transfer agreement has a transfer compensation, it will presume that that transfer compensation includes training compensation that was due to the selling club. So your transfer compensations are your contractual compensations embedded in the transfer agreement. The transfer fees, the sell-on fees, the performance-related bonuses, those are transfer compensations. So when you agree to receive transfer fees, sell-on fees, it will presume that that transfer fee includes training compensation that was due to you. It would not matter that the amount or the figure of the transfer fee is of a value far less than the amount you would have received as training compensation. Let me give you this practical scenario. You're a Nigerian club. A football player joins your club in the beginning of the year of his 16th birthday. You train this player up until the year of his 22nd birthday, and then a Category 2 club somewhere in Europe knocks on your door. We want to sign this player for 150,000 euros, 100,000 euros, 50,000 euros. Sometimes it could be for a paltry sum. They're also offering you sell-on fees of 10%. They're saying, when we sell this player to a third club, we're going to give you 10% or 20% of any amount which you realize from the sale of this player. You sign the dotted lines. Those are your transfer compensation packages. Now, your training compensation, if this club were to be a Category 2 club, would be about 360,000 euros. If you were to be a Category 3 club in Europe, it would be about 180,000 euros. But the regulation presumes that 1,000 euros, that 10,000 euros, that 50,000 euros which you've received as transfer fees, that this 360,000 euros is included in that amount. That's the presumption. So you can't claim this and that, except if there is a provision in that contract where you expressly state that training compensation is not included in these transfer fees or in this transfer compensation. But no buying club is going to sign that clause. Now, for a selling club involved in the transfer of a young player, the transfer agreement is an instrument for the transfer of players. But for the buying club, it's a tool for minimizing risk. You are acquiring new rights, contractual rights. You're giving up regulatory rights. The buying club is acquiring new contractual obligations. They're giving up regulatory obligations. They're acquiring controlled contractual obligations. I'm not saying you shouldn't sign that transfer agreement, but I'm saying you should sign it from a position of knowledge.